Good morning. I did not have a good night. I literally did not sleep, like, at all. So I'm so exhausted. I don't know how I'm supposed to pull off 28 miles today to meet my mom. I just had that little incident where I think it was a deer, but I got out of my tent with a rock and a knife and was yelling at it because I was so how can I be in my tent for 2 minutes before an animal walks right by my tent in the dark? And it just had me sorry, I just heard a very loud noise. Not sure what that was, but yeah, I was just anxious all night and I kept hearing twig after twig after twig just snapping and breaking, and I just was I couldn't fall asleep. As you can tell, my eyes are really puffy. Then I just was well, it's 3 a.m. Why don't I just edit some videos? So I've just been up all night. I'm gonna try to somehow manage to do 28 miles today. I already can't wait to sleep in a bed. This is exhausting, you guys. I don't know. And the poor deer I was yelling at, my goodness, I feel so bad. The thing was just staring at me, and I'm I think that's a deer. Yeah, it's just creepy because it's dark and it has green eyes and a big old silhouette. But the thing was probably just trying to eat and have it stay away from mountain lions, and I'm just yelling at it with a knife and a rock like some deranged woman. Oh God, I'm going delirious out here. So when you have to walk through this kind of brush, especially right in the morning, expect there to be lots of spider webs from both sides of the trail. So all morning I've been walking and there's spider webs hanging from my legs and my arms just because I'm hitting them. But I definitely just took a spider web to the face, and it was and it's still dangling off my chin. But they're so hard to grab. It's not like hair. For some reason, you can't see them really. And people who know what I'm talking about know what I'm talking about. But yeah, that woke me up. There's rattlers here, I forgot, and there's one in there. Oh, yep, there it is.
Just about walked up to him.
Good job.
Thankfully he moved.
He just has a nice little home.
Yeah.
That looks comfy.
Alright, well, I'm not going to leave my pack.
MT and I were just hiking together for a little bit, and he needed to take a side trail to go get some water. And as you saw, he stepped by that open tree trunk, but saw the rattle of the snake. The snake moved, so that's how he saw it. But I forgot to mention that we are back in rattlesnake country. So I hadn't seen one until just now, but other people have been seeing some. So yep, that's why when I was in the desert and I was telling people just get ready because we still have more rattlesnakes and heat coming our way, and they just looked at me like I was a lying fool. But no, they're still out here. So that's just a good reminder to keep my eyes peeled. So many fun adventures out here. And my dirt is really out of control. But at this point, I'm so exhausted in every way that I just can't even care. Someone's a little bossy. But I don't need to call my mom because I'm gonna see her later. So thanks anyway. This deer keeps running on the trail. Hi. You wanna hike the PCT together? I don't wanna scare you again. Okay, let's go. Hi. You're beautiful. Are you curious? All right, I'm gonna go this way. Bye. Okay, so that noise of the deer walking through the brush is actually terrifying when you're camping alone and it's the middle of the night. You're like, yep, something is around my tent and I don't know what it is. Last night, the deer was not scared of me. That deer kept sprinting off. Startled me the first time. Last night, I'm like yelling with a massive rock in one hand and a knife in the other, like emerging from my tent, like threatening whatever that animal was, which I think was a deer, but I didn't know at first, to get away. And it was just looking at me because I could just see its green eyes just staring at me. And I'm like, okay, you're not scared of me. But then most other deer just like sprint off, so. Of course. And I have so much dirt on my face. I'm just dripping sweat, so there's no even point to try to clean it off right now because I get a shower tonight. I also don't have that many wipes because I use them to try to clean up my lentil soup spill, which still makes everything smell like vomit. I saw the spin and I got excited that it was trail magic. But it's not the trail magic I was expecting, but it's still awesome trail magic. It's a book box. I'm not gonna take anything, but this is really cool. All right, I'm back with my stylish hairdo that I've had in for 2 days and slept on. It was so hot today that I put sunscreen on, and like I needed to keep my hair up in this bun, even though I look like Bozo the Clown. And the sunscreen kept dripping into my eyeballs and practically blinding me. So that was very painful. Yeah, it's been hot. And as you saw, I saw a rattlesnake. So it's like the desert all over again. But I am 5 miles out from the road, Bucks Lake Road, where my mom is gonna be meeting me. It's 4:30 p.m. and so I told her about like 6-ish. I should be there. So it's almost 29 miles, I think, before 6 p.m. So it's a pretty good day. I'm exhausted, but I did better today than I thought I was gonna do. I was so tired this morning, as you probably could tell. I'm surprised I made it this far with like out collapsing, but I get a collapse soon after a shower and like a cold drink, probably Gatorade or something. My mama knows. So excited to see my mom. I told them that this is the last time I can probably meet up with them, just because planning is too difficult, and I have to worry more about my miles now. So yeah, but get to sleep in a bed tonight and actually sleep. So stoked about that. So stoked about that. There she is. Mama Mavis. Woo! What are you looking at?
Yeah.
Oh, hello. Hi, your puppy. That's beer. I know. Thanks.
You're
Love
welcome.
you.
Love you.
Okay, so this is a very vulnerable video. It's like weird recording it when I'm crying, but just trying to be as real as possible. So my incident last night with the deer, my mom came and picked me up from the Bucks Lake trailhead or whatever it's called, and there were some hikers behind me that came after. We were all drinking beer, and then there's other hikers I haven't even met before that got dropped off. They're all clean and everything. So there was a good group of us, and I was like just telling them the story about me being this deranged woman last night, just like immediately getting my tent up, getting all ready for bed, getting into my tent, and it's dark out, and then immediately hearing an animal come into my tent, and then me, the story about me immediately just getting like angry, like I just want to sleep, and I think it's a bear at first because it's trying to get to my food. So I get out of my tent, and I have my knife and a rock, and I'm there to like scare it away. And then I realized it's not a bear, and then I went back and forth. Is that a deer? Is that a mountain lion? Oh, mountain lions don't make that much noise usually. They're pretty quiet, etc., etc. But I mentioned before that like it just had green eyes, and I'm just staring at it, and I'm like telling the story. I'm like, oh yeah, I was like screaming at this poor deer, and everyone just kind of looks at me and they're like, Starburst, that was a mountain lion. Mountain lions reflect green in their eyes, and it was like unanimous. And then I got service and I started Googling it, and yeah, and I couldn't tell, like, from the body. I was like, it looks like a mountain lion, but my justification to myself that it was a deer was that it made noise when it walked through
through the woods. But basically, I'm really upset because this is now my third incident. But basically, this mountain lion was watching me and tracking me. And the minute I got into my tent, it came out of the woods. And it was just staring at me, and I thought it was a deer. Like, I was telling myself that it was a deer, and I'm screaming at it with a knife and a rock. Like, it's kind of comical, but just exposed. Like, I got out of my tent, and I, like, was charging towards it, like, yelling at it. Like, not really thinking it's a mountain lion. And I'm just crying because I'm scared. I was completely alone. And this makes me really not want to get back on trail. I can't really explain the feeling. Especially because so many people are telling me, like, that I shouldn't be alone anymore. That clearly there's something about me that's attracting these mountain lions. There's something. I don't think it's the same one. I don't know. Like, what do I know, though? I thought this freaking animal was a deer. I literally didn't sleep last night because I kept hearing branches breaking. And I swear this was in my mind. But I was like, it was very methodical. Like, that something kept moving. I kept hearing the pitches change as if it was, like, moving around me. And if it really was a mountain lion, that makes sense that it was just sitting there watching me. And I played music out loud on my phone the whole entire night. I kept it on the charger because I just had this feeling like you need to make noise. And so I'm just emotional and just trying to share this because I don't know what to do right now. And I know maybe a lot of people are like, oh, come on. People keep telling me how rare mountain lion attacks are and how rare this and this, and I'm actually getting frustrated by that because I understand the statistics. But the fact is that I keep getting tracked and these animals keep coming towards me, and I literally just faced a mountain lion at night alone with a knife and a rock. And I've heard them screaming, you know, like their mating call. I think they're different ones, but they keep coming to my tent when I'm alone. And so these rare things keep happening, and so I have to be cautious. Sitting here like, this isn't fun anymore. I've been scared for this past week. Even in the daytime, today, I'm walking, and like there's like, the trail was like really inclined, and there was like a ton of leaves, and I heard an animal like run across. And it scared me so bad because I was like, is that a mountain lion? And I stood there and was like looking for something for like 20 minutes. And then I'm hiking and I'm looking behind my shoulder like every 5 minutes. Like, I'm not enjoying this because I'm so scared. And I'm so dirty. I'm supposed to shower right now. It's almost funny because last night was like one of those moments in my life that I never thought I would have, but just like picturing myself like as if I was like on the outside looking in, like this woman just like not even understanding what's going on with a knife and a rock and just like walking towards this mountain lion, just so fed up because this woman just wants to sleep. Like, leave her alone. And she's just like, oh, just like facing this deadly animal. It's kind of funny. But I'm just kind of like, at what point do I realize that maybe this is a problem? Yeah. This is really vulnerable for me to like put out there, by the way. And I know it's easy to like sit behind a computer desk and read articles online or something and be like, oh, well, this doesn't really happen often, but like I was there by myself. with that fear. And like literally I was awake all night. Like I never went to sleep. And that was just me thinking it was a deer. Maybe I knew deep down or something. I don't know. And ironically, I was going to night hike last night to meet my friend. Maybe that was a good idea. I didn't. I don't really know at this point. But the fact is that I'm hiking the Pacific Crest Trail and I'm alone. And I can't do it if I keep getting stalked and visited by mountain lions. Like that's like there's something going on. So I've never wanted anything more than to like be at that northern terminus, knowing that I just walked that and overcame. It's not even about the walking, it's like just overcoming all of these mental hardships, and I'm hoping that this is just one of them, but like, is my safety in jeopardy, you know? This also doesn't, at this point, it's not just about me anymore, it's about like my family and friends, and if something were to happen to me, like, you know, it's not worth it at the end of the day. I wish I knew, like, what the right answer was. Because I don't really feel like getting woken up in the middle of the night with a mountain lion getting into my tent. Because apparently that happened last year on the PCT. I was told from a search and rescue friend, a friend of a search and rescue guy, that a female pressed her emergency thing on her GPS because a mountain lion entered her tent. It's like, I know I'm probably going to get back on trail anyway, but I need to come up with a plan or something, because I literally can't hike the rest of the PCT feeling like this. Like, just terrified. Just constantly looking over my shoulder, like scared all the time. And I don't want to feel like babysat. Like, I always need to be around people, but I feel like that's what may need to happen. So I should probably go shower because I'm really dirty. I don't know how I get so dirty. Maybe that's why the mountain lions love me. I don't know how this happens.